Hey, what's up guys? It's me, Slingshot Tony. And in this video, we're gonna have a little chat about slingshot safeties. Because even though I know this eye patch looks super cool, trust me, you don't wanna end up looking like me. So guess what? I got 5 little tippers that are gonna help you have a way safer slingshot shooting experience, okay? So let's go. Okay guys, tip number 1. This is probably the most obvious tip of all, and I know a lot of people may disagree, but the main thing you should always do to make yourself safe during your slingshot shooting experience, wear your safety glasses, okay? Let me tell you something. These are your best friends right here, your eyeballs. And the safety glasses are your second best friend because they protect your eyeballs, okay? Let me show you. When you're shooting a slingshot, especially for the long draw folk, you are whizzing the ammo right by your eyeballs, okay? And that is no good. There's a lot of things that could go wrong when you're shooting that could take out your eyeballs, okay? Now guys, you may not believe this, but I've been shot in this eye over 7 times in my life, okay? And let me tell you, by around time 4, 5, and 6, well, you kind of start to get used to it. But the first time was the worst, and it hurt like a it hurt really bad, okay? Just believe me, take my word for it on that one, guys. Slingshots, when you're shooting them, you're shooting stuff. You are shooting a projectile, sometimes over 300 feet per second. Protect your eyes and wear the safety glasses, okay? It's probably one of the best things you could ever do to be safe in your slingshot shooting, okay? Because you don't want to end up taking 1 or 7 to the same eye, or to both eyes, or to any eyes, even your brown eyes. So guys, take my word for it on that one. Safety glasses is a must. If you're one of those guys that doesn't like to wear safety glasses, then you must know you are taking a big time risk at popping an eyeball out, okay? And like I said, I know this eye patch makes me look badass, but sometimes people don't have too many good things to say to me because I wear one. So don't want to end up looking like me. Wear your safeties, okay? That's the most important tip of all. Okay guys, ready for tip number 2? Let me tell you something. Guys, if you ever have the pleasure of shooting your slingshot with other people's, you gotta be aware of your surroundings, okay? There's a lot of times when people don't even realize how much danger they're putting their fellow slingshot comrades in. So, take this little tip and it'll help you not get kicked out of tournaments. I meant to say tournaments like I did, okay? I've been kicked out of a lot, by the way, in case you didn't know that. Probably like 4 or 5. Okay, but anyways, back to tip number 2. When you are shooting your slingshot, you don't want to have, obviously, anybody right in front of you, okay? Because you might shoot them. Duh, we all know that. But also, if you have somebody on the side of you and they're too close and you shoot and something ain't right and you get a little fork hitter, well, guess what? You could fork hit ricochet that sucker right into their face bone. And you don't want to do that, let me tell you. Hold on. Okay, you don't want to do that, all right? It's going to be real bad for your friend and probably be real bad for you too, especially if you get them good. So guys, you really got to be aware of your surroundings, okay? If you're shooting with friends, space it out a little bit. And definitely, if you ever go downrange to change the target, make sure you say, cease fire, okay? That let everybody knows to stop shooting so you don't get shot when you're changing the target, okay? That's a big one. I almost seen somebody get shot in the back of the head at a tournament before I got kicked out one time. Bad news. Bad news. So guys, seriously, listen to me on that tip number 2. That's an important one, and a lot of time it gets overlooked. Okay? Thank you. Okay guys, and that brings me right into tip number 3. You gotta be aware of the targets that you're shooting, okay? That's how I got shot in my eye for the 3rd time. I put up a target. I didn't realize when I shot it that it was gonna spit that sucker right back in my eye. And of course, I wasn't wearing safety glasses because I was a bozo. But hey, be aware of the targets you're shooting. Not all targets are slingshot friendly targets, okay? And depending on your setup and your ammos, sometimes they really spit the ammos back. And it's not good. It could hurt. I know from experience. So listen to me on that one, okay? It's important. Be aware of the targets you are shooting, especially if you're shooting with your slingshot comrades, which is super fun. Tip number 4, and that is, when you are shooting your slingshot, you want to check your equipment, okay? Check your bands. Make sure there's no little tears. Even if it's the little tiniest tear, don't shoot it. If you get a tear in your bands, that is always, most of the time, a lot of the times, maybe not every time, but a lot of the times, it's gonna mess something up bad. It'll give you a fork hit, and everybody knows, you get a fork hit, that's bad news, okay? It could bounce back into your face, mess up your favorite slingshot, bounce right into your comrade. Guys, check your equipment. And I know this guy who was shooting with the wrong type of pouch, okay? And he pulled his band back and he fired, and the ball came back and shot him right in his release hand, okay? Can you believe that? He shot himself in his own release hand. I don't know why I find that story so funny, but I do, even though it's not funny, guys. It's dangerous. It could have came back and hit him in the eye. You know what I'm talking about? So seriously, check your equipment. Make sure it's banded up good. Make sure you're using the right pouch. Make sure the pouch isn't damaged. And make sure your bands have no damage on them. Okay? Because that'll really mess stuff up. It'll mess stuff up big time. So guys, check your equipment. That is the big time tip. Take it to the heart. Every time I don't check my equipments and I have a little tears in my bands, something goes wrong. Let me tell you. That was how I got shot for the 6th time. I didn't check my freaking equipment, and let me tell you, oh, it burns when you shoot yourself in the eye that many times, especially when it's the same eye. Okay, guys? So tip number 4, take it to the heart. It's a big one. Okay? Good. Tip number 5. When you are shooting your slingshot, use common sense. Okay, guys? Come on. Use your brain. Don't do something stupid and get yourself kicked out of a tournament. Get yourself shot in the eye multiple times. Get in a little fight because you did something stupid. Alright, guys? Seriously. Use your brain. Don't do the stupid stuff. Be smart when you're shooting these things, okay? Just because they can be considered a toy and a hobby, they can still be really dangerous. Alright, guys? You can really mess someone up good and mess yourself up good if you don't take these things seriously, okay? Don't be dumb. Don't be stupid. And have a little common sense in your head, okay? I know for some people that's kind of hard to come by these days. But seriously, use common sense. Think before you shoot. Always, guys. Always. That's a big one. Okay, guys. I hope you enjoyed my little slingshot safety one-on-one video. I really hope you guys take my tips to the heart, because they'll help you have a much better slingshot shooting experience. It'll be safer. And if you're safe and no one gets hurt, you don't take out an eye multiple times, you will have such a better day. Everybody's gonna be nothing but smiles, laughs, and that's what it's all about. Okay, guys? That's it for me today. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Slingshot Tony, he ain't full of baloney. You know what I'm talking about?